this right here is what we here to talk about, guys. I'm not going to sugarcoat things. I'm not going to delay on things. I'm going to jump straight into this. And if you read that caption, first and foremost, if you haven't seen the movie, just click this for save later. Hit the like button, thumbs up, but just come back and watch it later. Because I'm definitely going to speak about it. Just left the theater from seeing the movie. So like I said, I'm going to get straight into this, man. But if you have not seen this film as of yet, if you have not seen Venom, even if you didn't see Venom the first one, this one is about as bad as that one too, to me personally. But we're going to get into it. Like I said, just hit save later if you have not seen the movie yet. Come back to it. Just come back and watch this. I'm trying to get them views, man. Come back and get the views going, and hit the like button anyway. So you guys see what's going on behind me, man. I am a genuine collector. I've been doing this for over a decade. Likely to say, honored to say, first and foremost. But you see what's going on behind me. You see Carnage. You see Venom fighting Spider-Man. Hang on, that's the other way around. You see Carnage. You see Carnage. You see Venom fighting Spider-Man. You guys see Noah. Now, you guys that are just into films, that are not per se into comics, and don't know too much about the history, the lineage, and the time frame, Noah is far more the most recent, top of the line, evil symbiotic guy out there, right? He is the creator. He is what they listed as the god of symbiotes. Now, when you watch these films, I feel like a lot of people tend to forget that Venom is a bad guy. Venom and Spider-Man have had this whole thing going on for such a long time that, yes, he does have good parts. There is good aspects to him, but cut straight to the chase, man. This book right here has been on fire. This book right here is really what you get, and what you don't see this exact moment in the film. You see something kind of like it, right? This is a cover from Clayton Crane. This is Venom versus Carnage, issue 1. This is 3 copies here. I gave one to a guy that I was super cool with because he didn't have one. Again, I've been around for a while, so I'm not from the time of paying $200 for a $3.99 book. $2.99. This was a $3 book. It was $2.99. I'm not from that era. I live in that era, but I'm not from that era. Now, with this movie, that movie has definitely set that book on fire. This is also something that you definitely see go on in this film. Now, this was, of course, prior to the Venom vs. Carnage series. This is Carnage Unleashed. Now, this was a 4-part miniseries that they did. Well, clearly, this is part 1. What you see going on is Venom fighting Carnage. So you see a multiple amounts of Carnages around Venom. And this one, you actually don't see this go on at all in the film, which I was kind of waiting to see. You kind of see this in the first film with Riot, which was absolutely done horrible. The third one, and this right here is where you really see, if you read this issue, you really see that a lot of Carnage's huge weaknesses and perks happen when he is around or set on fire, which they did not show as much as I was hoping for in the movie. This is also something that you actually do see take place in the movie, which I was really shocked about. She's not the bride of Venom actually in this movie at this point, but you do see this individual, yes, actually, and you actually see her and that symbiote in this movie. So again, if you have not seen it, pause this right here, hit the like anyway. Just hit the like, save it to watch later, and come back and watch it. But for the most part, I'm gonna get into it. Again, I'm a fan, man. I have been around for a while, and shouts out to my fellow elites, my fellow collectors. There's a small group of us who are genuine guys that have been around. And this movie, even for guys that I know that aren't huge Venomites, they're not huge Venom fans, they're not huge symbiote fans. I sat with a guy who's been cool with me for years, and he agreed, man. This movie was absolutely horrible. When I say horrible, I can't think of a good part in the movie. Like, I seriously can't. The story is 100% off. Everything that took place with Carnage is not even kind of like, oh, well, no. He bites Eddie Brock and gets the suit. Like, it's just, oh, yeah. And now he just magically knows this man's secret because he bites his arm. It's, you're in a cell. You're in a place locked away with a maniac and a serial killer, and there's no cameras in here? Nobody's going to see him swing his arm in a symbiotic fashion, grab you and slinging you with his venomized arm. Nobody is seeing it happen. There's a security guard behind you. Nobody see. Again, I can start and I can finish, and I will change your whole perspective on this if you kind of like this movie. The CGI, the graphics weren't. For this to be 2021, I hope for a lot more. You know, at certain parts of it where you actually see them changing, like, yes, we can physically see this is a whole edit go on here. And again, it's bad, man. It's bad. From the soundtrack, I'm just like, God damn. The post-credits when they put in Peter Parker, I'm like, for what? What the fuck did he have to do with anything? Absolutely nothing. Mind you, Venom was on Spider-Man before anybody else. They don't even mention that shit. You know what I mean? So it's just like, when you sit down and you see that Carnage is in love, okay, cool, we do know from comic-wise, from story-wise, him and Shriek do have a thing going on. Carnage is the most self-ego person. It's all about him. Everything is Carnage. He wants the world red. He wants all this shit to be his. He don't give a fuck about. There's never been a huge conflict like they showed with Cletus Cassidy and the symbiote. He is actually the most, out of any person that you've ever seen in comics, in cartoons, anything, he is the most bonded individual with the suit. They are bonded on what they call a cellular level. Cellular meaning your cells, your DNA strands. They are actually bonded. Like the suit and him, they don't even say we. Like they are actually a entity. To where Carnage, Cletus Cassidy has died. He's been ripped apart. All types of shit has happened to this man. But yet he comes back because the symbiote is him. You know, it's crazy, man. But like I said, I don't want to deter anybody. You like what you like. We are all different people. Some people like onions. But if you watch and you hear me speak and you're like, oh, I didn't even... Yeah, some of this shit might really be, you know, a way more, you know, belittled than actually far-fetched and be like, oh, well, some people are going to say that this movie was good. Everybody's different. I want to talk and see who thinks this movie was good and where was it good at. You know what I mean? So it might seem like I'm belittling it, but to anybody that says it was good to me is going to be really, really far-fetched to me is pretty much what I'm getting at. So when we seen this character, I said, oh man, I actually got two of these. I've had these for a while. When we seen this character, I wasn't too mad. I was actually happy that they did it. It was weird how they did it, a little strange how they did it, but I like it. When we see this go on, I'm not too mad because again, you do see this, and he does call Venom father in the movie as well. So that I actually did like because you do understand that comic book wise, the symbiote and Eddie Brock were actually escaping. He was escaping from prison. Eddie was locked away, of course, from the stuff he did before as Venom, but he didn't have the suit. So they locked Eddie Brock away, and during the breakout, the Venom symbiote was what they call asexual. This is what they are. They're asexual. They don't belong to male or female. They pretty much just get pregnant and hatch kids by themselves. So during the breakout, the symbiote left a piece of itself. That piece of itself got with Cletus Cassidy. Cletus Cassidy, the serial killer, he becomes Carnage. So he breaks out, and then Spider-Man, you know, gets with Venom, and Venom are like, you know, we can't do this alone, and they don't go into any of that at all. For Carnage to be as strong as he is, to have been a serial killer before the suit, to get the suit and be that much more on a higher level, it's like they don't really get into how much mass destruction he actually causes. To where Venom is like, I can't do this shit on my own. And they don't get into that as well. They also don't state that the youngest symbiote, when they're first born, that is always the strongest as far as from their species. The younger they are, the stronger they are. So the youngest symbiote will always be the strongest. And then they do kind of show my man Patrick. Yo. When they show, I'm reaching for this book right now, but I'm like, I don't even know if I want to talk about it, but I'm gonna talk about it. This right here is Venom versus Carnage. It's issue 2. This book has fucking skyrocketed. When I say fucking skyrocketed, this book has went from an absolutely nothing book to a book you could find anywhere to a book that has gone over $300-400. I can't find this shit nowhere. So luckily for me, I have like 3 or 4 of these just in my house because I love the actual symbiote. I love Toxin. So they don't just hint at it. They kind of show his eyes go blue during the film. And if you guys are around, you've been around, you know what that's about. But this is actually his first solo book. I got a few of these as well. But again, man, there's some people, we've been around for a while, you know, so we weren't chasing the hype. We were just buying what we liked, you know. Hang on, I think I got a copyright that phrase. I wasn't chasing the hype. I was just buying what I like. That shit rhyme and that sound good. But yeah, man, like I said, the movie was it was a hit, hot fail, man. They gave a lot of hints, some extra, and actually watching the movie at the beginning when Pat shot Shriek in her eye, like I'm looking like, and they showed the name tag. I'm like, oh shit. Are they going to emphasize Toxin at all? And they did not until, of course, the end when they show you like a little briefing that he wasn't even dead. So if you with me on that and you agree on that, thumbs up, definitely like, yeah, I agree. I was a little surprised at that, but also Pat isn't, the police officer that he is, he's not. He's in the car, outside, gun on him. He's an actual cop. He's not a detective, which is what they portrayed him as in the film. So also that was a little off. He's also much younger. You know, he has a wife. I believe his wife is pregnant at the time. She is pregnant at the time frame when all of this is happening with him. Sadly enough, he ends up dying anyway. But it was good to see that they somewhat emphasized on that character. Man, like I said, I'm jumping around here, but that movie jumped around a lot more than I did. God damn. I can tell you that, man. Like I said, graphic-wise, it's just, I'm tired of the jokes. I'm tired of the, hey, Eddie, you're a loser. Oh, we're losers together. Like, Eddie Brock is not like that. That's not even like his character even a little bit. You know what I mean? He separates from the suit, yes, on a few accords, but the most notable and the actual reason he separates from it because he had cancer from it. The suit was actually eating away at him, and you actually do kind of start to get a stint of understanding on why Peter left it. Peter left it. The suit was making him do crazy shit. It was making him a lot more aggressive as far as I'm just going to beat up and punish villains and lock them away to I'm fucking this villain up. I'm going to possibly kill this motherfucker. He needs to be hurt for being a villain. He was like, that's not me. So, you know, he ends up, again, has his own reasoning for separating from the suit, but they don't go to emphasize on any of that. They show Peter for that brief second, and I'm just like, what the fuck was that even about? And then he like licked it as if like he wants to eat this nigga's asshole or something. I'm like, what the fuck is that about? Why is he licking the screen? So it's like I said, it blew my mind in certain aspects. I'm like, this shit is so bad to have a whole thing of fire behind Carnage and he's just walking like shit's normal. No, fire is his fucking weakness. And they do mention it, but it's just like he's just chilling, walking through the fire as if shit's cozy. Like, no. This man's supposed to be terrorizing the fucking town, not just one building. And we said this shit on. No, he's terrorizing the town because that's what he naturally does without the suit. So like I said, when he gets the suit, his shit is just heightened. And when I say a huge, huge span, I mean, again, they did not even give you a portion of the shit that Carnage like does. Like when I tell you this man terrorizes shit, hence the name Carnage. We didn't even see it. We seen shit get a little chaotic. We seen some shit blow up here and there, but we did not really get a huge. They didn't gravitate too much on actually the mass level of what Carnage is. So that was one thing that really kind of got to me. And again, if you watch this movie through, like completely through, and you're following me on some of these aspects, let me know. If not, if you like, bro, you a hater, or you excuse me, whatever you want to say about it, then let me know. You know, let me know that too. You know what I'm saying? I take it as it comes. Take good with the bad. You know what I mean? But like I said, I went, seen it, and my son enjoyed it. So that's really what mattered. You know, we there for the kids. My friend's son, he enjoyed it, of course. But again, it's just a lot of funny shit going on. The funny shit, I'm like, I understand that you want to have these parts in the movie, these segments in the movie, but not throughout the entirety of the film. You know, and then the very part when they stop fighting is just like, Bell gets both of y'all? Oh, let's use shrieking. But the fire wasn't doing it when the man's pouring fire on Carnage. I'm like, and then he fucking, fuck this guy, and eats his head. Like, it was so fucking corny. It literally like hit my heart. Like, who approved this shit? Who the fuck? I'm gonna go extra. Who the fuck are you people? Who approved this shit? Who looked at this shit like, this is good? Oh, this is where? I'm sitting here like, okay, like I said, it was good. It was okay. Could have been better. I'm gonna say for right now, well, let me take it back. When I said I can't think of a good thing in the movie, I guess this was about as good as it got. And that's sad to say. But the film itself, again, the fight scenes, the shit like that went on he was a bitch about it at first. He wasn't even gonna fight. He was like, no, he had to convince him, like, I can eat them? Like, yeah, you can eat them. It's like, oh, it's a red one. I'm like, didn't he say that in the first movie? I think he was like, oh, look, it's a gray one. That's Riot. And it's like, Riot is younger than Carnage. So it's like, it's just all over the place, man. It was bouncy. It wasn't done drastically well. It wasn't done kind of well. There was no wellness to it. The wellness to it was like, damn, this shit's over. Damn, that shit was bad. All right, let's get the fuck up out of here. So it's like, but I ain't gonna talk to you guys to death. But let me know what you guys think in the comments, man. Get at me. Like I said, if you like it, that's cool. Let me know what was your favorite scenes? What was the parts of the movie that you like? If you agree, be like, hell yeah, broski, you on point. You telling the truth. You let me know that too. Hit the comments, hit the likes, and yo, don't forget to subscribe. And I might be back with the Elites talking about something on one of the Elites channels or something. Now, who knows what we're going to do next? But please don't let this next Venom be this motherfucking bad. We can wait the next few years for it, but I ain't going to talk you guys to death. Thank you for tuning in. Peace and love, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.